Hey kids, this is James, the non-professional, back with another episode of Draw. And today we're doing Knuckles the Echidna. And so you have Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails, and I'm guessing he's a fox, I'm not for certain. And then you have Knuckles, who is an Echidna. It looks like a hedgehog, just got longer quills, longer hair, whatever you want to call it. But it's like Sonic's best friend on the show, I guess. Anyways, we're doing some roughs now, and you guys are going to see me mess up a lot, honestly. And that's what roughs are for, is you want to throw concepts on the page and see what works, what doesn't work. And you're going to see that a lot here. All right, so we're in lines now, so let's pin down those details and let's keep our lines tight. I had a hard time with that eye there. You're going to see me correct it here, and you're also going to see me correct the eyes in the ink stage, have to erase and redo it again. And unfortunately, if you're on a pencil and paper, then inks, once you ink it down, I mean, that's it. Well, you could use like whiteout and then re-ink it, but I mean, there's only so many times you can do that without it just sort of messing up the whole piece itself. And Knuckles actually has fangs. I didn't know that when I determined I was going to draw Knuckles. I had to actually look at references to figure out the distinguishing details that he has apart from Sonic himself, because he essentially looks like Sonic, but everything on Knuckles is sharper and more aerodynamic, however you want to say it. Like, for example, his quills, and you're going to see me correct the quills here because they're actually too short and too fat, so they actually have to be long and skinny. Whereas, Sonic the Hedgehog's, his quills or his hair in his back, those little spikes in his back are fatter and shorter, But he has, a sharper nose. He has a sharper snout. His eyes are sharper than Sonic's as opposed to Sonic's big round eyes. Knuckles' eyes are more aerodynamic, V-shaped. And, of course, he has a little spikes on his fists, too. He's just everything about him is sharper tail, as you can see there. And he has this sort of boomerang, symbol, I guess, on his chest. Like a collar, I guess. So it's something you want to remember when drawing Knuckles, is that everything is sharper. And if it's something that you fail to practice or whatever, he ends up looking like Sonic, where everything is a little bit more, I guess, rounded, So remember that when you're drawing Knuckles, everything is pointier and sharper. So Knuckles has these weird shoes. I don't know what's about, but where his shoelaces are, there's this gigantic 6-dot Lego piece. I have no idea what that's for. But then again, I don't watch the show. Maybe they explain it there. It has something to do with him, his speed or running faster. So there you see again, correct the eyes, because, man, I just had a hard time getting that right. Now, we are in colors, and I got to tell you kids ahead of time, it's complicated to color characters in the Sonic universe. They don't do colors like your typical cartoon. So they start off with flat colors, of course, outlines, fill in the white spaces I'm doing here. But then they're going to do this. They take the base color, which right here is going to be red, and then they get sort of like an airbrush, which I'm going to use an airbrush tool here in a minute, and they put shading on everything. I mean, literally everything. At least every side where the light is going to shine, or where the I guess highlights are. So right now we're just going to do some flat colors, and just as I said before, I'm just outlines, and I'm filling in the white space. Outlines, filling in the white space. And the way they do the shading is the exact opposite of how you would regularly do shading. They actually put the shading where the light is shining. Yeah, I know it sounds strange. So as you can see here, so the light source is actually on top of the character, yet they put the shading where the light source is, on top. And it's exactly the opposite of what you would generally do. So anyways, this is basically what you're going to do, is you're going to take the base color, whether it's red or white or green and yellow for the shoes, and you're going to take a darker color and you're going to put this sort of shading on where the light source, or where the light is actually shining. And then you're going to take an eraser and you're just going to erase all the extra shading that you went outside the lines with, as you can see here. This is what I'm doing now. And this is the weird part coming up. they actually take highlights and then they put it right on top of the shading. I guess it's a difficult concept to understand, but when you're looking at the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. See the highlights there? They're right on top of the shading. And that's basically it's the light shining, and it's creating that highlight right there on top. But it's weird because why would you shade where the light source is? Wouldn't you shade underneath? Shadow comes from, the absence of light, but they do it differently here. And I must admit, it does look good. It looks great, So you see the golden highlights on the top of there, and of course the highlights around the snout and the white highlights around those gloves. So we're going to add some action lines here so he's running really, really fast. And that'll just about do it. Always remember your 3 P's: persistence, patience, perseverance. That's how you grow. Hey guys, if you like my content, please like or comment below. And if you want regular updates, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.